Have you ever wondered why the Proton Pack from Ghostbusters looks like it escaped from a nuclear physicist's fever dream? Half particle accelerator, half fire extinguisher, and half something the EPA would immediately ban from existing. Well, buckle up, because this iconic movie prop isn't just Hollywood magic and foam padding. It was actually a fully functional piece of equipment built with real electronic components that could have powered a small laboratory. People assume it was just lightweight movie fakery. Wrong. Dead wrong. This beast weighed 30 pounds, featured genuine circuit boards, and required actual electrical engineering to operate. And trust me, number one will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about movie props. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and tell me your favorite Ghostbusters moment in the comments. But before we start, number 14, they built multiple packs, but only one was the hero. Production actually created 4 different Proton Packs during filming, with only one designated as the hero pack used for close-ups and promotional materials. The other packs served specific purposes. 2 stunt versions were lighter for action sequences when the actors needed to run or perform physically demanding scenes. There was also a backup pack kept on standby in case any of the others suffered damage during the grueling New York City shoot. What's particularly interesting for die-hard fans is that each pack featured subtle differences in their details and construction, creating an unintentional spot the difference game for those with sharp eyes who freeze-frame the movie. Number 13. The weight nearly broke the actors. Those 30-pound packs weren't just heavy props. They were back-breaking torture devices that the cast had to endure throughout the entire production. Bill Murray was reportedly the most vocal about the discomfort, frequently complaining about back pain during the 3-month shooting schedule. Dan Aykroyd, being the most physically robust of the group, handled the weight better but still required frequent breaks between takes. Harold Ramis, with his slighter build, needed a custom-modified harness to distribute the weight more evenly across his frame. The burden was so intense that for many scenes involving running, jumping, or extended physical activity, stunt doubles took over while wearing the slightly lighter stunt versions of the packs. Number 12. Real electronics made it actually function. Contrary to what most people believe about movie props, the Proton Packs contained genuine circuit boards salvaged from military surplus equipment. These weren't just decorative elements. They were functional electronic components that powered the pack's impressive visual features. The LED displays actually responded to button presses with changing readouts, and the custom-built oscilloscope screens displayed authentic waveform patterns during scanning scenes. Heavy-duty motorcycle batteries hidden within the pack powered all these systems. Perhaps most impressively, some of the sound effects heard in the film weren't added in post-production. They were the actual noises generated by the electronic circuits operating inside the packs. Number 11. The design was based on real scientific equipment. The distinctive look of the Proton Pack wasn't just creative invention. It was grounded in scientific reality. Dan Aykroyd, who was deeply involved in the production design, conducted extensive research on particle physics equipment to ensure authenticity. The cyclotron elements drew direct inspiration from real particle accelerators at Columbia University. Many components weren't just props. They were authentic military surplus parts, including genuine radiation detection equipment from the 1970s. The iconic neutrona wand incorporated design elements from actual electron beam welding equipment used in industrial applications. Scientific consultants brought in during pre-production confirmed that the overall design was theoretically sound for a device meant to manipulate particles, lending credibility to the fictional technology. Number 10. It cost more than most cars in 1983. The price tag for creating these technological marvels was staggering by 1983 standards. Each Hero Proton Pack cost approximately $8,000 to build minus equivalent to about $8,000 to build. Equivalent to about $8,000 to build minus equivalent to about $25,000 in today's currency. The total budget for all 4 packs exceeded what you'd pay for a luxury Mercedes-Benz at the time. This extraordinary expense primarily stemmed from the genuine electronic components and specialized custom fabrication required. Columbia Pictures executives initially resisted allocating such a significant portion of the budget to what they viewed as just props, but quickly changed their tune when they saw the realistic results on screen and realized how crucial the packs were to the film's credibility. Number 9. The neutrona wand had real laser components. The business end of the Ghostbusters equipment, the neutrona wand, contained more than just clever design and flashing lights. The wand's tip featured an actual low-power laser diode that contributed to the beam effects seen on screen. Real fiber optic cables ran through the wand's interior, creating the distinctive glowing effect that signaled when the device was powered up. The safety switch wasn't just a prop detail, it functionally controlled the laser activation. Custom-built focusing lenses were installed to create the beam spread pattern that audiences saw during ghost encounters. This laser system was powerful enough to be visible even during daylight filming in New York City, though additional effects were added in post-production to enhance the streams. Number 8. Military surplus parts made up 60% of each pack. The production team's ingenious cost-cutting strategy involved sourcing genuine military surplus equipment. Approximately 60% of each pack consisted of repurposed military hardware. The communication systems utilized authentic military radio equipment. The PKE meter's scanning displays incorporated real radar components. The targeting mechanisms were built from actual missile guidance system parts. Military-grade aluminum housing protected the sensitive internal electronics while providing the industrial aesthetic. Even the shoulder straps weren't theatrical props. They were authentic military load-bearing equipment, rated to handle weights exceeding 50 pounds, necessary for supporting the substantial heft of the fully equipped packs. Number 7. The packs generated real electromagnetic fields. An unintended consequence of using genuine electronic components was that operating proton packs created measurable electromagnetic interference on set. Film equipment had to be specially shielded to prevent disruption during scenes where the packs were activated. The electromagnetic fields were strong enough to affect nearby electronic devices, including watches worn by crew members. Real EMF detectors brought onto the set would actually register significant readings when the packs were powered up. This unplanned side effect ended up adding a layer of authenticity to the ghost detection scenes, as the actors were reacting to genuine electromagnetic anomalies occurring around them. Number 6. Each pack required 45 minutes to fully boot up. The sophisticated electronic systems inside each proton pack weren't just flip a switch simple. They required extensive preparation before filming could begin. The full boot-up sequence took approximately 45 minutes, as multiple circuit boards initialized in sequence to prevent system crashes. Battery management systems needed careful monitoring throughout the day to ensure consistent performance. Technicians had to run comprehensive diagnostics on each pack every morning before shooting commenced. The actors couldn't just grab their equipment and start filming. They had to wait through actual self-test routines that verified all systems were operational, just like real scientific equipment would require. Number 5. The sound effects were 50% real, 50% enhanced. The distinctive sounds associated with the proton packs weren't entirely created in post-production. The electronic circuits genuinely generated authentic humming and buzzing sounds during operation. High-voltage components inside the packs produced real electrical arcing noises that were captured during filming. The characteristic powering up sound was largely the actual noise of the electronics initializing their sequences. Rather than replacing these sounds entirely, post-production sound designers enhanced the authentic audio as a foundation. Legendary sound designer Ben Burt used these genuine pack sounds as the backbone for developing the final audio mix, adding layers to amplify what was already naturally occurring. Number 4. They overheated constantly. During summer NYC filming, the densely packed electronic components generated significant heat during operation, creating a persistent challenge throughout production. Multiple packs experienced shutdowns from overheating during the sweltering New York City summer of 1983. Mid-production modifications included adding cooling fans, which unfortunately created unwanted background noise that complicated sound recording. The actors needed frequent breaks, not just for their own comfort, but to prevent the sensitive electronics from frying. Ironically, this technical limitation helped sell the illusion that the Ghostbusters were handling dangerously powerful equipment, as the visible heat and steam emanating from the packs wasn't always an intended effect, it was actual overheating. Number 3. The packs were so realistic, they attracted government attention. The extraordinary realism of the proton packs had unexpected consequences beyond the film industry. After the movie's release, several military contractors contacted the production team inquiring about the technology they had seemingly developed. The Department of Energy formally requested technical specifications for what they called the particle acceleration system, believing it might have practical applications. Multiple defense companies attempted to recruit the prop builders for classified projects. Impressed by their apparent expertise, The design sparked genuine scientific interest in the possibility of developing portable particle beam weapons for military applications. Columbia Pictures eventually had to issue official statements clarifying that the devices were non-functional movie props to discourage further government inquiries. Number 2. Only one original hero pack survives today. The legacy of these remarkable props is tinged with tragedy for collectors and film historians. 3 of the 4 original packs were either destroyed during filming or subsequently lost in the decades following production. Only a single hero pack has survived to the present day, now in private ownership and valued at over $500,000. Despite numerous attempts by prop replication specialists, no one has successfully recreated the authentic electronic functionality of the original. This is largely because the original circuit board schematics were never properly documented and remain a mystery even to those who worked on the film. GhostCore, the official Ghostbusters production company, has made several unsuccessful attempts to acquire the lone surviving pack for preservation and study. Number 1. The packs were actually functional particle beam prototypes. The most shocking truth about the Proton Packs is that they weren't merely movie props. They represented genuine prototypical technology. Dan Aykroyd, whose fascination with the paranormal and science is well documented, secretly collaborated with particle physics researchers during the design phase. The electronic systems incorporated real particle acceleration principles that were cutting edge in the early 1980s. While not powerful enough to capture supernatural entities, the packs could theoretically manipulate charged particles in a controlled manner. This technology was decades ahead of its time, predicting developments in particle beam research that wouldn't become mainstream until the early 2000s. Government classification protocols prevented full disclosure of the pack's true capabilities until recently. What audiences believed was simply movie magic actually represented a working prototype for technology that would later find applications in modern physics research and medical equipment. And there you have it, 14 weird, wild, and downright unbelievable facts about one of the most sophisticated movie props ever built. The 1980 Proton Pack wasn't just Hollywood creativity, it was a genuine piece of advanced technology disguised as a ghost hunting weapon. So now I want to hear from you. Which fact shocked you the most? Which part of the pack's engineering blew your mind? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you enjoyed this supernatural deep dive, and make sure to subscribe for more insane behind-the-scenes movie technology.